Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to a deck profile on the channel. Today we are looking at Blue Eyes. This is a variant of Blue Eyes that I just threw together today. It has some very interesting combos that I will show you guys after the deck profile. So go ahead and make sure to like and subscribe. Let me know if you like this deck profile. And yeah, let me know if you want to see any others, but let's go ahead and get on into it. So for the main deck, we have obvious 3 Sage, 3 Maiden, 3 Wishes. These are standard, you're not going to play any less. We've got 2 Blue Eyes White Dragon. You probably most definitely only need the 2. You really don't want to brick on this. Yeah, you just need the second in case you draw 1. Another 2 of, we've got 2 Mausoleum. Why 2 Mausoleum? Because the Link 1 that searches the field spell is always good for chain blocking, and it is so funny if you go for the Link 1 effect to search the field spell, that gets ashed or something, and then you just activate the field spell. It makes them waste a hand trap, and it always feels good. 1 of cards, we've got 1 Majesty of the White Dragons, 1 Roar of the Blue-Eyed Dragons, and then the 1 of Brick True Light. You really don't want to draw True Light, just because True Light is such a hard garnet. It honestly makes me want to run more than 40. This is just 40 right now, but obviously that is personal preference, and if you have anything else that you want to play, you obviously can. We are doing the one thing that every 3-year-old who watched Yu-Gi-Oh! Back in the olden days wanted to do, and that is merging Red Eyes and Blue Eyes perfectly. We're playing 3 Black Metal. This is a budget Blue Eyes deck. I don't have the Primites. Most people don't want to spend $300 on the Primite engine. And this is a $10 engine that is just as good, if not maybe debatably better in some cases, because it gives you a higher ceiling to your end board, but maybe not as repeatable and not as much interruption. So we have 3 Black Metal, crazy card, absolutely amazing. Targets for it, we have 1 Red MD, we have 1 Red Eyes Black Meteor Dragon. This is basically just, I think it's Dictator of D or whatever. You dump a normal to special this, and then it becomes a 7. Usually doesn't matter the level restriction, usually you're just linking this off, but it is nice in case you get interrupted in some hands, or if you draw one of the Red Eyes pieces, you have that. The last Red Eyes piece is the Red Eyes Black Full Metal Dragon, and it's Soft Garnet Max Metal Morph. This is a very contentious package, because a lot of people are saying like, oh, why would you play this? You should just play these. The answer is because if I draw any of these 3, or technically any of these 4, you don't even have to get to the Full Metal Dragon if you draw the Max Metal Morph. If I draw any of them, I want an additional search target for the Black Metal. Unlike the Primite engine, if you draw multiples, like, let's say I draw like Black Metal and Black Meteor in my opening hand, that's perfectly fine. I can use both of these perfectly, like, effectively. But if I draw like a Lordly Load and a Barrel Dragon, sure, it's fine, but it's not as good as if I drew just one of them. Then we're on to non-engine, 1 for 1. This makes perfect sense. Sage is your 1-card starter, as is Black Metal is a really good additional card, so having a way to get to it is really nice. I thought about running Puri-Rias map, but gosh, 4,000 life points is just too much. Non-engine, 3 Effect Failure, 3 Ash, 3 Nib, these were just in the structure deck, as were 3 Infinite Impermanence, and 1 Called by the Grave. So these are all in the structure decks. Again, this is a budget deck. 1 for 1 is a couple cents. The entirety of the Red Eyes package is maybe $10. The Full Metal is about $5, and each Black Metal is about $1, so you're not spending too much money. The last card that I would say is expensive is we are playing some Bystials. We're playing 1 Magnamut, and this should definitely be Druis Worm, but if you can't afford Druis Worm, Baldrake is another Bystial that I'm not even going to say it's good. The last card is a copy of Lancia. Now, you might be wondering why. I did figure out a combo to make Lancia searchable, so it helps you beat Malice going first. Also, Magnamut, as much as I don't want to say you need the $5 to $10 Magnamut, it makes your boards playable through Nibiru. It's not amazing, but they're playable through Nibiru. So I think you do need to pick up the 1 Magnamut. Into the extra deck. So this is not a full extra deck. This is only 13 cards. The last 2 cards could be anything. They could be Typhon, they could be Black Rose Moonlight, they could be Chaos Angel, SP, they could be whatever you wanted. This is what I'm playing. So we have 3 Spirit with Eyes of Blue. Why am I playing 3? Because I'm playing more of a Dragon Link build instead of a Dragon Synchro build. So, because that 3 Link 1 is perfectly fine. 2 Seals. Why 2 Seals is because in a grind game, you definitely want the second one, and if you get nibbed, you can actually end on the second Seals. Not bad. 1 Artifact Dagda, this is how we searched Lancia, unsurprising. 2 Spirit, seems fine. I don't see why you play more, I don't see why you play less. We've got 1 Azrai Silver Dragon. This, I think, is actually necessary, weirdly enough. This is an Ultra. It does come in the structure deck as a common, but I had an Ultra. So if you have True Light on the field, and it gets Ghost Ogred, or Typhooned, or MST'd, or something, while you have a Spirit, you can Spirit tag into Azurai's, and then you can go Chainlink 1 mandatory of the True Light to destroy all your monsters, Chainlink 2 mandatory of Azurite Silver Dragon to protect all your dragons. All your dragons get protection, True Light resolves, doesn't destroy anything. I think it is necessary to play this. I don't want to, but I think that there's too many game states where you get just blown out by a well-timed Ghost Ogre. Lastly, we have the Blue Eyes Ultimate Spirit Dragon. I got the secret as one of my promos. Lastly, we get Lightstorm Dragon. This is a common. You should have this if you go to a tournament. Lastly, we have the Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon and Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon. These are good to just go into. Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon just gives you protection, and Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon can sometimes just kill your opponent outright. So that's the deck. I don't have a side deck. Obviously, this is a budget deck. Obviously, there's tons of good cards you could play. You can play things like DD Crow instead of Bystials. I think DD Crow actually might be better than Bystials right now because you can DD Crow stuff like the Drill Beam. You can DD Crow stuff like the Mermail cards. You can DD Crow out a lot of cards. I've been playing Azamina White Forest lately. If somebody DD Crows out my Hallowed Azamina, I am cooked. I usually cannot keep playing the game. So that's just something to keep in mind, that DD Crow is just as good as Bystials in my opinion. They're not as strong, obviously, because they don't have attack stats. It doesn't play around Shifter, but they can come up. I think Mag and a target for Magnemite are just necessary for this deck. So, that being said, let me show you the combos to get to Lancia and some of the combos that include the Black Metal Dragons and the Red Eyes cards. Came up with some interesting combos that help you beat Malice. People have been telling me that Malice is a tough matchup, so this should hopefully help you beat Malice going first. Obviously going second, you hope to just hand trap them to death. This is a combo that just needs Sage and or Maiden and a discard. So let's go ahead and get straight on into it. So you can normal summon Sage. Sage effect will search Maiden. Then you will activate Maiden, discarding it to place the True Light. You will activate True Light to search for Wishes. Wishes effect will discard the other card in your hand, in this case Nibiru. Search for Roar, and then any other level 1 light tuner. Could be something like a Chain or a Mirror Resonator. Could be another Maiden for follow-up. But we are just going to search an effect failure here just to show you it can be, in fact, anything. We'll go ahead and link the Sage for a copy of Spirit. Spirit effect here, we'll go ahead and grab the Mausoleum. We'll activate the Mausoleum. Mausoleum effect to dump the Blue Eyes by targeting Spirit. Spirit will attribute itself to summon back the Blue Eyes. And then we'll trigger Maiden here to summon herself out. We'll go ahead and link these into a copy of Artifact Dagda. And then now that we're going to drag and lock ourselves with Roar, we have to do that first. We'll go ahead and bring back the Blue Eyes. Extra normal from the Mausoleum for the level 1 light tuner into Effect Veiler. Now here we can do some interesting things as well. I guess you didn't technically have to do that, but we can go for Wishes to equip Neo. Then we can Contact Fuse into Tyrant. And then we can go ahead and sync into Spirit. And obviously, forgot that there. When you activate the Wishes, you're going to set a copy of Lancia from your deck to the field. So obviously do that when you activate the wishes. Forgot about that, but that's okay. The reason you want to do the contact fuse is because Neo gives protection to your Blue Eyes monster, so it'll give Spirit protection from targeting just once. So then on your opponent's turn, probably in your draw phase, you'll go ahead and go Spirit Effect to tag out into Lightstorm. That is not Lightstorm. There's Lightstorm Dragon. Lightstorm Dragon is going to pop your copy of Lancea. After you pop the Lancea, you'll go ahead and Lancea Effect to summon back, and then Lancea can tribute itself to prevent your opponent from banishing any cards. So that is how you get to a Lancea in this deck. Alright, so now we're going to do the combo where you have Maiden instead of Sage. So you go for Maiden Effect to place the True Light. True Light Effect will search for Wishes. Wishes will discard the Nibiru in your hand to search for Sage and Roar. Get it. There we go. You'll normal the Sage. Sage will search the effect failure. Then you will go ahead and link for the Spirit to grab the Mausoleum. Activate the Mausoleum. Mausoleum target Blue Eyes, or Spirit, and then dump the Blue Eyes. Link 1, Reborn, Maiden Effect to bring yourself back. Link for Dagda. Then you will activate Roar, chain Dagda, Dagda to place Lancea, Roar to bring back Blue Eyes, and then you can do the Wishes to equip Neo, and then Contact Fuse the Blue Eyes and the Neo for Tyrant, Extra Normal of Effect Veiler, and then Synchro for Blue Eye Spirit, and then again on your opponent's turn, Spirit Effect to tag out into Lightstorm, Lightstorm to pop Lancea, Lancea Effect to summon back, and then Lancea Tribute to prevent your opponent from banishing cards. So you have a 1.5 card combo that gets you to Lancea. Obviously there are way better boards that you can play, or you can get to instead of this, but this is how you can easily beat Malice if you get a chance to go first. And you go uninterrupted. I think that this is a line that guarantees you win the game, but if you get hand trapped at all, you probably instantly lose because you use your resources in a wrong way. Alright, one more super quick combo I want to show you is just the Black Metal combo. Just one card. Obviously if you have like extenders like Sage, like you'll see in the next combo, or just other cards that you can play, this becomes a lot better, but I just want to show you what you can do off one singular Black Metal. So normal summon Black Metal and link it for Spirit. Spirit Chainlink 2, Black Metal Chainlink 1, so Black Metal gets the Black Meteor Dragon, and the Blue Eyes gets Mausoleum. Now if we have other cards, this is always going to be Red MD. If you don't have other cards, and you just need to end on a minimal board, let's say you have 4 hand traps and a Black Metal, you're going to go for Black Meteor Dragon. So we'll go ahead and summon Black Meteor Dragon by dumping a Blue Eyes to the graveyard. I forgot to stack that to the top of my deck, so dump a Blue Eyes to special it, and then we will make seals. Now, why are we doing it this way? So you can end on a much bigger board if you don't go for Meteor Dragon. But if you get nibbed here, right? Let's say you get nibbed. What you can do is you can summon out Red MD off of the seals. Red MD summon back the Black Metal, link these two into the second seals, and here we're on the same state. So basically, if you search the Red MD instead of the Meteor Dragon, here's what else you can do. So from here, you'll get Black Metal Effect. So you search for a copy of Red Eyes Black Full Metal Dragon. Black Full Metal will shuffle itself back into deck to set the Max Metal Morph, and you have a Mausoleum in hand. So you searched a card essentially. Now, like I said, if you had extenders, you could just activate the Mausoleum and keep playing, but the way it is right now, you can Seals Effect tribute itself to summon out Magnamut. Magnamut Effect will get a Bystial and End Phase, and then Max Metal Morph can tribute the Magnamut to summon out the Red Eyes Black Full Metal Dragon, which will then give you an Omni Negate. Like I said, it is not the best board, but it does more through interaction than you'd expect. Alright, so here is another combo. You do need one more card just to discard, so we have another Nibiru. So this is a 2.5 card combo, but I really like Black Metal. I think it does just as much as the Primite cards. It's not as repeatable, but it gives you a more layers and better ways to play through interactions. So for this combo, you'll want Black Metal and Sage. Again, Sage or Maiden, they do the same thing, and a discard. So we'll go ahead and normal Black Metal. We will link Black Metal for Spirit. Now, importantly, what I like to do here is I think Black Metal should always be Chainlink 1. The reason Black Metal should always be Chainlink 1 is if your opponent has Ash and Imperm, if you go Spirit Chainlink 1, Black Metal Chainlink 2, they can go Chainlink 3 Ash in response to the Black Metal, Chainlink 4 Imperm, target Spirit. Now, obviously, they have Ash and Imperm, that's a pretty good hand, you might not play through that anyway. Yes, but if you do it like this, where you go Black Metal Chainlink 1 and Spirit Chainlink 2, you might not lose as easily, I guess. So Spirit will go ahead and add the Mausoleum, and Black Metal will go ahead and add Red MD. You'll go ahead and special Red MD by banishing the Spirit, Red MD bring back the Black Metal, and then as your 5th summon, you'll link into Seals. So what you're able to do here is if your opponent has Nibiru, and they Nibiru you, what you'll have Seals to obviously summon a card because it gets tributed, and you'll have Black Metal here to search. Now, Black Metal, I'm going to search the Red Eyes Black Full Metal Dragon, and the reason why is because here, what you can do is if you get Nibiru'd at any point in this combo, you have Seals. So you go Seals, gets Nibiru'd, you summon out Magnamut, you have Magnamut effect to search another Bestial in your end phase, and then you go Red Eyes Black Full Metal Dragon to place Max Metal Morph, and then you can Max Metal Morph the, this actually gets shuffled back in the deck, and then you can Max Metal Morph the Magnamut into the Red Eyes Black Full Metal Dragon, and then you essentially have a Bestial and a Omni Negate. Not bad, but assuming you don't get nibbed, and you have the Seals out, you'll go ahead and you will activate Mausoleum. And Mausoleum effect, extra normal will summon Sage. Sage will grab Maiden, Maiden for True Light. True Light effect will grab Wishes. Activate Wishes, discarding Nibiru for Roar. And again, here you could grab anything. Effect Failure is probably just the best thing because it is generic. We'll go ahead and link Sage for a 2nd copy of Spirit. Mausoleum target Spirit to dump Blue Eyes. Goodness gracious. Spirit effect tribute to summon back the Blue Eyes. Maiden here can special herself out. You'll go ahead and go Wishes to equip the Blue Eyes with Neo. Contact these away for a copy of Tyrant. Synchro these two off for a copy of Spirit. And here, there is obviously some extra things you could do. I searched Roar here. Roar could summon back a Blue Eyes, and then you could go for some stuff. But I think the best, that's just if you have extra extenders. I think the best thing to do instead of grabbing Roar is probably to grab the Majesty of the White Dragon, which is, pops. So you can go ahead and grab this to hand instead. You will Red Eyes to set Max Metal Morph. Set this, and off of 2.5 cards, you end with an Effect Veiler, Spirit, Seals. You end with at least one pop. One pop because you have one Blue Eyes in your grave. And then what you'll do on your opponent's turn is you'll True Light. This is in deck. I keep discarding it, it's supposed to be in deck. Bring back the Blue Eyes, and then you will Max Metal Morph, tribute the Blue Eyes to summon the Full Metal Dragon. Full Metal Dragon is an Omni Negate that burns your opponent. You have Spirit to tag out into the Ultimate Spirit Dragon. And then, importantly, one of the things that I like to include is if your opponent goes like MST target True Light, or Typhoon, or Ghost Ogre when you True Light, you can chain Spirit and summon Azure Eyes. So let's roll it back here, right? So this is your board right now. You go True Light to summon Blue Eyes from grave. They chain Ghost Ogre. You chain Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. You summon out Azure Eyes. Ghost Ogre resolves to tribute the True Light. You have Azure Eyes, mandatory effect will activate as Chainlink 2. So you go Chainlink 1 True Light, Chainlink 2 Azure Eyes. This will protect all your dragons from being destroyed. So True Light won't destroy your dragons. You can Max Metal Morph the Azure Eyes into the Max Metalmorph, or the Full Metal Dragon, and then you still have the Majesty for a pop, and you have the Effect Failure that you searched for a negate, and then of course you have the Seal Spells. So that is how you can kind of, with this deck, you can play around things like Ghost Ogre and Typhoon a lot more effectively than I think the Primite deck can, and maybe some of the other versions. Obviously, this is a budget variant, and you guys will see the deck list either before or after these combo videos, so hopefully you guys did enjoy these combos. Let me know if I did anything wrong. There is a high likelihood I did, because I just threw this deck together and was like, oh, I think this is a fun combo. You can beat Malice, you can beat Ghost Ogre or Typhoon or MST on the True Light. You have more negates with the Max Metalmorph stuff. I think it's a fun way to build this deck. Maybe not the best, but definitely a fun way. So hopefully you guys enjoyed.